Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm so glad you're here this morning to enjoy our show. We appreciate your viewership. Let's take a look at our weather. The best thing about the weather is this is a cool snap, and y'all just feel a little bit of coolness in the morning. If you get up early enough, like right now, you can just feel a little bit of coolness in the air. So that little front we had, I get excited on little things like that. Of course, our weather brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning, Drew Pollard and his hard-working crew taking care of our everyday comfort needs. High today, 93, low 78. Water temperature at the end of the pier, 88 degrees. Take a look at our river readings brought to us by Panama City Coca-Cola, the Apalachicola at Bluntstown, 3.7 and steady. Take a look at a Choctawhatchee at Caryville. Folks, it is low, a 1.8. So if you're planning on doing much this weekend on the Choctawhatchee, be real careful out there and move along slowly. And just, watch out for other folks and all. And really on that river, as you get on up the river, more north you go, of course, all of them get more narrow, but especially the Choctawhatchee. So be careful on there. Tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Enjoy today's tide. They're good. High today was going to be right after lunch at 12:52. Low's going tonight at 8:43. But look at the next 3 days, folks. If you want to go ahead and go tidal fishing the next 3 days and you fish the tides, you're just out of luck. The next 3 days, we're going to be neap tides on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It's going to be interesting to see the weather for the weekend. I always like to look at it early as we can, but it might have a little bit of afternoon thunderstorms. I went through one other day, one of what I call those summer showers, and man, it was heavy and hard, and it was brief though. I was just driving through it, probably went maybe 2 or 3 miles through it, boom, it was out of it. But be careful and slow down. I was thinking about make sure your lights come on. A lot of automatic lights do, but I was just thinking about general safety. It took me back to my old driver's ed days, and slow down in that heavy rain. Slow down. Most people are really good about that. And don't touch your brakes, okay? Let's take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. This is not on a script. I just want to go ahead and say it. Speaking of prayer and all, if you ever want me to pray for you or something, or just send me a note, Coach, please pray for me or whatever. I pray for you on the phone. I love praying for my fellow man, or I'd be glad to do it. It's like Billy Archer, I got on the boat. He's always asked me to pray before we leave the dock. And I want to say, Lord, help us catch a big fish, but I don't. But I enjoy prayer, and I think I enjoy being asked to do that. So I certainly don't mind and look forward to it. So anytime you need to text me or whatever, I'll be glad to do that. And I'm just off the script. I just, get a feeling to say things sometimes. And that's what I enjoy about teaching, just whatever on your heart you talk about. And that's good. I try to correlate it to the show. Okay, moving on now. Look at this right here. We're talking about a Ridley turtle. This is out of St. Andrews State Park. Look at this. This is a reminder of why we tell you to clean up and leave no trace. This Ridley sea turtle was found today, this was last week, suffocated to death due to having his flipper and neck wrapped around a rope near St. Andrews State Park. Please clean up after yourself and leave no trace. And that's what we were talking about yesterday, about the Gulf County Sheriff's Office cleaning stuff up from these folks and all. So here, this is, here, let me blow it up a little bit. You really, that's sad, because they took the turtle count. I think there's only like 27 in the whole state of Florida. And this one suffocated, it got wrapped around. I'm sure it came up on the shore and got tangled up in it. So this is why we talk about leave no trace. That's a stark example of that. And another example of what's going on, especially the late summer, look at the top of the tree, you have the game camera. That looks just like one of mine, and we all have this. Sometimes you walk up there to adjust it or whatever, but look down here. Look down there. Boom. Folks, they're going to start moving around now, late summer. They're going to start moving, and he's just waiting for you to step on them. So be aware of that. We're going to talk about snakes later, snake bite, because we have our share. We're talking about seeing the elk yesterday in Cherokee. They also have this. I guess the Cherokee Chamber of Commerce is really working on the tourism, and they used to never talk about come see the black bears, but now they have it's a general supply of bears. They always have had them, and I've got some great bear stories, but you can go see the elk and the bear, and we may just take off and do that. That looks like fun. Okay, I saw this. That has nothing to do with outdoors. Other than I know outdoorsmen are good handymen, and we like to keep our screwdrivers and drill bits and everything in a compartment. I don't know if I'd use this one right here, but I cracked up when I saw that, so I wanted to give you a little laugh this morning. So if you want to get your spouse something like this for to keep their tools in, and you think they'll enjoy it, go ahead. Okay, speaking of Choctawhatchee River, Donna Laird. This was on Smokehouse Lake, coming out of Bruce. That is a fine mess of fish for late summer fishing on the Choctawhatchee River. Smokehouse Lake has always been a good spot to fish. I've always gotten good reports from there, and been there with Scott Lindsay way back in the day. Look at this picture from the Cape San Blas site. This is a great picture. You don't usually see a girl coming in there to get the fish. That's interesting. Richard Scoop Jackson sent that. Okay, this is the cat talking. I take good care of my human. The poor thing, she can't hunt for herself. She's talking about her lady in there, her owner, and then at the bottom it said, hey, it's a treat for me seeing how excited she gets, shrieking and dancing on the tables, like when they bring the snake up to the door. So that's funny. Cats can do that. This is for my Bluntstown viewers. The guy that hired me, Coach Jim Reffern, was back in the Bluntstown days. He played ball at Bluntstown way back in the day, and I ran across this of the 1955 and 56 Bluntstown. And a lot of the old timers remember Ted Cooper. He was the coach, and I looked at the scores. They had a fine team. It was like we and they on the scores. They beat everybody, except when they got over to my school, Quincy. We beat them 20. Now, I wasn't playing way back then, but we won 25-9. I'm just an old athlete to me. I like to go old scores. But look at Sop Choppy. See, Sop Choppy. They played back then. It was Crawfordville, Sop Choppy, Carabel. Okay, but anyway, that's an old picture. What happened over the years? The places like Sop Choppy and Apalachicola High School, they combined Apalachicola and Carabel, and it took down Sop Choppy. Apalachicola and Carabel became Franklin County High School, and Sop Choppy and Crawfordville became Wakulla High School. They just brought them all in one. Lost them. I always thought they lost some of the community pride and whatever. So I always was sad hearing about that. But anyway, it is what it is, and we're proud that Franklin County does have outdoor education. And Wakulla County is getting it this year. Is that not cool? All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. And the reason I showed the old Bluntstown picture was because Coach Reffern was the one that hired me fresh out of college and out of Gainesville, and brought me up here. So it's always special to me. We have breakfast on Monday morning, every Monday at 9 o'clock at Granny Cantrell's, a group of both coaches. And Coach Reffern is 87 now, 88, but doing well. So anyway, it's important to me. Moving along, we've got this coming up now. Speaking of the future now, we went Panama City Beach Fishing Rodeo. We're going to have Chris Wynn coming in. Each month we're going to try to have one of these captains come in and talk about the fishing rodeo coming up. So looking forward to that. Okay, and then Drew Benton. I ran into Drew. You saw him at the ICAST. He was talking about he wrapped up his 12th season as a pro fisherman. Is that not cool? And he really he ended on a good note. He's had some challenges, like all fishermen do. Had some challenges, and he appreciated all the support messages and prayers, and it meant a lot to him. And I thought, look at there, he did well on the last tournament. Here's some pictures of him at the last weigh-in and all. Drew is just, to be a professional bass fisherman, you got to have dedication, skill, and determination, and family support. And look at that. Went smallmouth fishing in the last tournament. There he is with a wife and son, and they're glad to have him home, I know, and we'll just look forward. He's going to come on the show pretty soon when he gets caught up and gets rested up a little bit. All right, how about a funny one this morning? The current mood, a melancholy, okay? I'm not going to explain it to you. I'll just let you look at it a second. Listen, coming up in November, we talked about it already, amendment number 2 now. Vote yes on 2, preserve fishing and hunting in Florida for the future. I think that's going to go strong, but we really just can't assume it's going to pass. We've got to really get folks out there to take care of it. Okay, we were talking about. Remember, I mentioned this last year. 50 schools, this is FWC, 50 Florida schools receive funding for the annual school fishing club, and they have just for school fishing club, and they give them $500 to assist the club in expenses, gear, tackle, just get them out on the water and reel in some fish, and they provides the curriculum and education materials. I get tickled because anyway, y'all know about my curriculum. So anyway, this is I was looking through the. It's just good stuff right here. So I was looking through what schools. I'm always looking for local schools. So here we go. I'm not going to read all 50, but from left going down the bottom, that Bay High School. I don't know if that's Panama City Bay. I hope it is, but of course all the way down. How about right there at the top of the page? How about Deer Point Elementary School? Hooray for them. What about okay, look at there. Highland Park Elementary School. They do a tremendous job with their kids fishing. Congratulations to them. Then go to the next column over here. Let me see, I didn't see any up the top. And then I'll come all the way down there. South Walton, I was all excited about them. Then I saw Southport, but that's Southport Middle School, so that's not us. So anyway, we have 3 up in this area, and there's one over in Pensacola. Anyway, I just wanted to encourage folks to do that. And you get $500 for having a fishing club, whatever. It's free money, and get the kids excited at all different levels. And the one in Highland Park, we talk about it every year. They even have a big tournament and all. And I'm really excited to see the one at Deer Point Elementary because their mascot are the anglers, the Deer Point Anglers. Okay, now moving on. All kind of different stuff to cover. I enjoy doing this. Look, we're talking about the golden scallop. There were 6 of them put down in St. Joe Bay this past week for the beginning of scallop season. If you find a golden scallop, then you get a $100 gift certificate to go to Blue Water Outriggers. And this is sponsored by the marina down there, South Point Marina. Guess what? Somebody found one. How about our first golden scallop has been found? Luke Barton from Clarksville, Florida. Congratulations. There's still 5 more out there. And look at Luke. He got that, that's like holding a $100 bill and walking into Blue Water Outriggers. That's good stuff right there. All right. We're going to talk about invasive species. I'll go and mention it. This is, we always talk about invasive species and all the grass and everything. You don't think about it much in the water. This is over in Escambia County, and I won't go, that right there in the center, that word, I talked to a guy years ago about this kind of grass, and you just can't get rid of it. And the lionfish, and a Cuban tree frog, and a nutria, okay? So anyway, but the one that really perked me up was tilapia, okay? Because some people eat this. I personally do not like tilapia. I just do not. I love fish, but I just never have cared about tilapia. And they're not native, but they're grown a lot in aquaculture. And they've been here since the 50s, I didn't know that. But anyway, what they're talking about, here's what picture one at the bottom. That's what they look like. But if you have seen one, if you see one, like what they're talking about, Bayou Chinco over there in Escambia Bay, if you've seen one, especially if you've seen one in any of our bay systems, let them know because they really want to go ahead and get rid of them because they will proliferate in the area. Any kind of non-native species can do that. So, but we're talking about the Cuban tree frog. I wouldn't know one if I saw one, and the the lionfish. You know what's happened on lionfish? Interesting. We caught one this past Saturday in 246 feet of water. We caught a lionfish. Okay, so that tells you, if you get them out here, the divers get them, so that tells you how prolific they are. So, and they're really bad about eating like little eggs and everything, and baby fish on the bottom. So, but the tilapia, there's no problem with it if you have it in your old farm pond or backyard pond and grow all of them. I mean, raise all of them you want to, and let the grass grow around it. But if you see them in open waters, try to let FWC know, because they're really serious about it in Pensacola. Obviously, it's a lot more of a problem there than it is around here, because I haven't really heard of it around here. Okay, before I close this section, let me say this. If I mentioned this before, if anyone wants to come on the show and be an advertiser, we've lost, I'd love to have them talk to me. We've lost 3 lately. We've lost, let me see, I wrote it down. We lost RV Connections, we lost Williams Gun and Pond, and sold out to a bigger firm, and they didn't want to advertise with us. So anyway, we lost 3, so we got 3 openings. If anybody wants to, some people go on the internet and that kind of stuff, advertising, but we still appreciate you supporting our sponsors. So we'd love to talk to you about it. We feel good about supporting our sponsors, and it's a win-win situation for all of us. All right, let's take our final break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a look at our fishing game times today. Brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. Our time, 1:08 to 3:08 this morning, and this evening from 1:34 to 3:34. The tide's going to be going out strong. This past weekend we had a really good redfish tournament. Here it is right here, the Emerald Coast Redfish Circuit. Okay, they had it down in Apalachicola. It was a tournament number 3, and we've covered them pretty well before. And guess who won? First place, Carter Myers, Fred Myers, a total of 12.95. Look at how close second place was. The Iford brothers, Kevin and Dennis, at 12.12. How close is that? And third place, Joe Myers and son Ethan at 11.38. And I saw 3 local Panama City boys, and then going down to number 7, or 8, Braden Harris at bottom. Braden Harris, Alan Chase came in with 9.26, and look how close those total weights are. So here are a couple of pictures. That's first place down in Apalachicola, Fred and Carter, the Iford brothers. Man, they were close, weren't they? They're good fishermen. And here's Joe and his son right here in third place. 1, 2, 3. That's some good guys and good fishermen right there. I enjoy covering them and talking about them doing it. Now, moving on down, we got coming up. This is coming up in September, but we talk about it each year. All the good things the Shriners do, the Shout-Out Shriners, and one of the fundraisers is a big fish fry up there in Lynn Haven, and it's going to be September the 14th, so put that on your calendar. Fill up your calendar, but on this one, you get something to eat. So you get 3 pieces of fish, coleslaw, baked beans, 2 hush puppies, and a soda. So that's a good deal right there, and it all goes to a good cause. Okay, the next set of pictures, I've always encouraged everyone, and because I've always been encouraged to outdoors, no matter, go outdoors and do things, and no matter what level you are, you might just do all kind of work doing one thing. You might work at different places. You may have time off. You may be retired. You may be just 12 years old, but get outdoors and make it a family thing. One of the most well-rounded family things there is scalloping. That's why I enjoy talking about scalloping and doing it. And all kind of people are doing it now. And I got tickled when I saw this, because I just put a smile on my face on this next guy right here. This is our Chief Financial Officer. How about Jimmy Petronas? Okay, he's down there. Okay, here he is right here. Okay. Thank you, beautiful St. Joe Bay and Gulf County, for making great family memories. Fresh-baked scallops make for a great Sunday dinner. So there the kids just having a blast. And look at Jimmy and his wife. Look, I think she got more than he did. Don't y'all think that bag is bigger? Well, I love to see folks get out there, and good job, Jimmy Petronas. So y'all tell him you saw him on TV. But look, you think he had a secret Petronas recipe to make that? I started looking at it. and you see the onions and the peppers and all the stuff cut up in it. I'm going to see if he'll share that recipe with me, and I'll share it with you, because that looks good right there. I got a kick out of watching him do that. So anyway, that takes care of our pictures. But we're talking about doing fun things and all that. That's good stuff. I was talking about earlier about different things you can do. I was talking about all the joy I have of teaching and all that. And I mentioned driver's ed earlier. I used to taught it for a couple of years way back in the 70s, and I always tell the story. Where I live now, it was a great story. Back then, we're trying to get driver's ed in the school system. We're doing it in the summertime. All the schools are doing it basically in the summer, but it's hard to get in. Don't have enough room, don't have enough cars. But I feel strong about all the kids learning how to drive safely and just learn some safe rules. I know parents do a good job, but that driver's ed, I really believe in it. Well, I was in the early days. You'd drive around the track, but you'd have to take them on the road in the community. So we used to drive around Lynn Haven. But I remember the day I had a couple of good boys that had been driving since they were about 7 years old on their daddy's truck and tractors. And you know those kind of kids. We still have them. They start at a young age. They knew everything about driving, and we just took a trip. I said, let's go across the bridge in the Southport, because really wasn't supposed to do that. I think it's okay to admit doing it now, but we went across the bridge, and I said, let's go down this dirt road and do 3-point turns. But anyway, we ended up going down some dirt roads in Southport way back in the day, and those roads are paved now. But that's how I found the property we live on now. We're back on dirt road and found an area where I don't know, I'll get on Google Earth. We found an area on I said, stop and look at this. We actually got out and walked down to the water, and I don't know if I can pull it up on Google Earth. We walked down to the water, and it was, it's all rattlesnake and all, so we better get back in the car. And so I went home that Sunday. I showed it to Gail. I said, let's ride out there. Here it is right here. I'm gonna pull it up right here real quick. Is that not magic? Okay, so we went down this area. Okay, right there in the center of the screen. That was all dirt roads, and that house right there in the center, the second house going up, that's my house. Back then it was all dirt roads, and that's how I found our little area that we live in now, and I absolutely love it. And we built in 1979. Of course, I had to rebuild twice, but anyway, it's just you just never know when you get outdoors and just ride around what you can find. I'm not saying you're going to find a piece of waterfront property. What was funny, William Glenn was a realtor. Terry Marcy will appreciate this. The price was $8,500. So I go in that Monday morning. I said, Mr. Glenn, I'll give you $8,000 for that piece of property. He looked at me and said, Coach, you know that's worth $8,500. I said, you're right, here you go. So I wrote him a $500 binder. So anyway, just a story I want to share with you how I ended up in Southport since 1979, and we love it out there. So anyway, just want to share stories. I want to start telling more stories like I used to in my classroom. Got to wrap it up for today. Thank you all for watching Panhandle Outdoors. We appreciate the viewership. Do something good for someone else today. Enjoy the outdoors, take care of it, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.